I still need my wife. I sometimes feel emotions that I wish were shared with a wife. The one for me when I put that so boldly. I mean, I've never been married, and the minister talks about you've heard them before say experience is a hard teacher. I guess that gets from the Bible, God's word, and they're adding wisdom principles that they hear onto the boat. You don't want to bang your head, or take drugs that would harm you. You don't want to do risky TikTok-like things and find out your life is sucking because of a mistake. It's and there's so many things that God even said that some of the things he said, both bipolar ways. Be careful. You gotta be careful. So he told and rebuked someone to be careful. Also, a guy in one of my electronics classes, they asked him, how do you do something? He said, very careful. And I think if I had been told before the porn, before the magnet, before my infractions of the law, that something big was happening in court. In a way, it's just another thing not to sweat. Last night I looked at the book, You Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. And at the very 100th chapter, the pages are only like a page and a half long on little square pages. At the end, it's number 100. And it said we could die at a time we don't know. There are still things left on the plate that the person would like to have. Some people know that means what Jesus went through. Some say there's proof in the Bible his life ended at an unprepared for time. Not totally. He was totally prepared. And others ask the question, probably, is if he was perfect and that happened, what about for the rest of us who we're not only not perfect, but we want to end on a complete note here. Sometimes God caters, or mostly caters. Yeah, caters to. And I know it's like the word the girl used last night in the YouTube movie. What was it? Not Buster. Anyway, she was giving a talk about porn, and she was only 12 years old when she encountered porn. Well, not to brag, but my first sort of looking up scantlier clad than what normal people is like 7 or 8. And even though I beat her, I also have had about the countless number of O's orgasms from it that I don't know if she had. Like, I tried to keep a running total of like 12. It's either 12,000 to 17,000 on my list, and it's a little much. And others are telling me just quit it. And if I used Pure Life Ministries, I could, in essence, turn myself in and be under lockdown. They have a program, and it's in Kentucky. Yeah. But I heard right when I was, almost every single time it's like this, I heard some only positive review after some negative reviews. This last time, it's just like when I'm getting ready to go off to the Navy, some of the best choices to do in life. The devil or some evil entity is trying to persuade me not to. I know there's gonna be some people who hear this movie who are like, the devil is unreal, God, Jesus is unreal. But there's really supernatural, uncanny things that happen almost like, and are very much so every day. And there was this one man in SAA, Sex Addict Anonymous. Anyway, I won't mention his name. He said he one time was going to either porn off or something, and he felt so tired and weak and laid down, and he was having a hard time. A demon was in him, he said, and he prayed real hard, and he actually literally saw a shadow come out of him, and he wasn't really so mentally ill. I never heard that he had a diagnosis or anything. Normally I'm not supposed to talk about people who I encounter on SAA, and I don't know how many times they're willing to be, because hopefully someone finds this and it can convert them to Christianity or make them quit pornography or whatever. But in reality, porn, some people are just saying it doesn't have any negatives. I saw that in Psych to Go or something off of the YouTube. There's programs or something like that, I guess it was. But it said that some people say that it causes sexual dysfunction, but there's no proof of that it could just as much be nerves that are unsettled. Yeah, it makes you nervous. Of course, there's this scare possibility of getting into trouble or people finding out and you get reprimanded by your parents or the law or a real punishment. Well, yeah, that's something I used to worry about. I'd be scared that police are coming even as I was finishing sometime. Because whether a person, there's a porn website, legal porno, or legal porno, brings up the subject that some people would say, oh look, it's legal, let's go to it and use it. They won't get it. So, I'm still, the thing is, I need help to make sure I get the power back installed at Ken's place. I asked him when I went out the last time to try to use my Rasa. I failed. The moon was coming back into season, which was at a time blessed for me to get some good Rasa deep sky. But I couldn't do it because the power wasn't on. It's too many negatives here. I could try to focus through the LCD and not even have tracking going and try to get it off of 1 star alignment and just let it drift and the thing would just be a pointing device. As far as that would be about as primitive as it gets, just running on battery power. Unless you don't even have that, then I don't know how you're gonna take any digital with you. Well, you can take film, I guess. Yeah, that's a crazy sort of. I was thought it would be neat to take some Mitsubishi Gecko brand black and white enlargement, use a digital DeVere digital 6, only has 17 megapixels. I forgot, absence made my heart sort of misremember and make the numbers actually better than they really were. I thought it only had 36 megapixels to itself, but it only has 17. So, I don't know that it totally matters though. It's because once you enlarge to print paper, the print paper grain sort of matters to, or something, I guess. But I was hoping to use a blue toner on it, like a sepia tone that was cold or something. I was gonna try making full moon enlargement. Yeah, that would be on a square piece of 16 by 16 enlargement paper. I would cut it to size and do my things. And to do it perfectly right, you pretty much need a vacuum easel. Just get a shop back or something that can suck enough, hook the hose up to. Yeah. There's a lot of photographically that can be done to make, I think I don't know how it is, but since I'm maybe old school, that the desire to have poster prints and pictures of my astrophotography up on the wall, or maybe more than a young child, I'm not 100% sure or if indeed that's one of the nostalgia items that they think it's a classic that came back. And some of them apparently still take darkroom photography, and they do film photography. I don't know, or if they say for the millennials they can't go anything less than a DSLR. But I'm not sure. But sure, I'm getting a little negatively weird. Have to calm it down. It said isn't it amazing that if we're having a hissy, and not thinking rationally, that wise mind is in between emotional and rational. That if we're not, it can work its way up to total agitation. And if you're, you can. I'm tired of thinking I don't deserve a wife because I have a propensity to harm her. That when we were around Josh Caldwell, he didn't know what Abby was doing, keeping me from holding Sophia. And things matter, and they, I guess, were just Kurt Blakely had said that I had to find ways of being assertive and still get my right to be around Sophia because she's family as close as I would like her to be. Now, Kurt also said that if I was having a problem with pornography, maybe a therapist or somebody should get help. He seemed also right. But, I'm almost a little concerned now with this court appointment that's coming up because, I already have a therapist arranged, and she'll meet with me in the morning of 2 days from now. But God bless it. But I don't want to even really be put on court order that I have a therapist or court order. But I'd rather accept that than jail. As maybe can be imagined, because whether I'm half actually believing I'm either God, like innately from just being born into a blessed different than usual church, which I actually literally believe those kind of ways, or the astro patrol of like reaching for the stars and stuff. Well, one can imagine. Also, my dad explained that something that normally you would think. God bless. I'll be turning this off now. God bless you. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Because the sun is in the ice stuff. It's both that and the exposure, but it was cold out. But I need you to take your morning meds, Ma. Talk to you later. Bye.